Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good evening. I hope you're doing well today. This is Coach MirandaMiner and welcome to our Real Talk Friday. No, we're welcome to our Real Talk Friday where we're going to discuss how to avoid over trading, how to avoid over trading and how are we going to be able to manage our overtrading behaviors, and how are we going to be able to look beyond the numbers, look beyond all the all the right issues that we need to factor in, no? So we don't overtrade. So magandang gabi, kamusta ka na? Kamusta ka na? At I hope you are doing well today, no? Greetings sa mga nakikinig today. Before tayo mag-start, I would just like to greet Charis, Yase, Jazer, Zayas, Dennis, R.I., Lauren. Oy, kamusta, Lauren? Oy, Joe DeMango of Crypto daw. Thank you, Lauren. All right. Leo Marie Mararak. Thank you. Road to 25, sabi po niya, no? Mark Anthony, sabi niya, hello, Mayor. Newbie daw. O, Goma, thank you, thank you. Mark Anthony, kamusta? Kindoy. Lynette V, kamusta ka na? Napakaganda ng mga comments mo sa video ko. Maraming salamat, ha. Renz Magsayo, to Shem De Castro. Uy, Ian James, lagi nangunguna yan, no? Thank you sa pagko-comment at pagla-likes, no? Rolf Cyril Arpon, watching from the Banana Island Resort, Doha. Sarap naman. Sarap naman dyan sa nasa resort, no? Sarap-sarap. Alright, Yael, thank you. Brain, thank you. No, Alfred, yan. Robin Erfe, and of course, ang pinakaunan nating nag-comment today, no? Tingnan hanapin natin. Jomar Harris. Oy, Harris, kamusta ka na? Kamusta ka na, Harris, no? Let me check. Julan Herda. Yan, Julan Herda and Ray Christian Oracion. Unang-una, maraming salamat sa inyo. And I hope you are doing well today. You are all doing good. Kamusta naman ang trading so far? Type 1 nga kung profitable ang week na to. Type number 1 if this week is profitable so far for you. I want to see show of hands. No, I want to see show of hands. It's important that we get to know ourselves and tingnan po natin kung sino kaya ang magta-type ng, sino po dito ang kumita ng more than double their money. Yan. Alright. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Roland R. Kamusta, Miles? Mary Faith. Marilu, hello. Jerome, hello. Juan Miguel, kamusta? Rachel, kamusta? Ayan, mga kumita, mga profitable daw. Pat Ramirez, kamusta? Carmina, Carmina, kamusta? Ann, kamusta? Alfred, Big Boy, Lovers. Yan, thank you. Amy, kamusta na? I missed you. Thank you for being here. Glad to be back. Thank you. Wala na daw detours. Wag na mag-detour. All right. You're fine. You're doing really well. All right. Si Juan Miguel 0.5, no? Yan, mga profitable. Ang daming profitable. Ang sarap. Wow. Very good. Okay. Sino naman po ang hindi nag-profit? Sino po dito ang medyo loss? No? May mga loss pa ba? Maganda yung market this week, ha? All right. Sana Damon Frost, sana all daw. Sino po yung mga challenge? Sino sa inyo yung nagkaroon ng problema dahil sa overtrading? Sino po sa inyo naipit daw sa 1.39 sa ADA? Si Jazer, yan. Si Ash. Asher, thanks for being here. Saint Dude, kamusta na? 22, kamusta? Gina, kamusta? John, kamusta? Silent listener daw. Godfrey, kamusta na rin? Sige, type ka naman ng number 2 kung ikaw ay medyo na-loss. Kung medyo natalo. Type number 2. Alam mo, tawagin mo yung mga friends mo, mag-login ka mo sila dito. Kasi wag muna ka mo mag-trade. Overtrading na kamo. Makinig muna ng paalala, no? Ang ating lingguhang paalala. Kailangan mo to, guys. Kailangan mong magkaroon ng traders growth, no? Traders quotient growth. Okay, you need to have a traders quotient growth. All right? Kasi importante 'yan, no? Hindi pwedeng puro technical charting, hindi pwedeng puro fundamentals. Kailangan meron din tayong emotional traders quotient. Yan. Slick watching from Riyadh. Coach, mag-aabang po sana ng trade ngayon, kaso kinig muna sa'yo off. Makinig ka muna, Faith. Makinig ka muna. Okay, kamusta na din pala sa'yo, no? Ayan, may mga natalo din si Miles, si Charish, si EJ, si Jazer, Big Boy, George, Leo Marie. Yan, makinig, I mean, ano po yung number 3? Ano ibig sabihin ng pag walang trade? Type 3 pag walang trade. Oh, maganda. Okay din yan, guys. A controlled loss is also a win, no? A no trade is okay, no? But this time we're going to talk about how to avoid overtrading, no? I'll give you a story that would potentially help you how to be able to manage yung tinatawag nating behaviors of overtrading, no? Pag kasi tumingin tayo sa ating mga journal, minsan we get to see a lot of losses, no? If you try to compare two sets of data, you know, the journal will show to you that when you overtrade, most often than not, you get to lose, no? What do I mean by overtrading? What do I mean by overtrading? Overtrading by definition, guys, is hindi ibig sabihin naka-10 trade ka, overtrade ka na, no? Hindi ibig sabihin naka-5 trades ka, overtrade ka na. When I say overtrading, lagi ako may sinasabi sa inyong bread and butter trades, no? Your bread and butter setups. Your grade A trades, no? Meaning, kunyari, ikaw ay day trader, and of course, you've done 5 trades, no? And then, hindi mo naman talaga forte ang scalping, and you further traded scalping, and then, nag-trade ka pa ng walang plano, ng sunod-sunod, no? I think that's what I mean by overtrading. If you're going above and beyond your plan, no? And then you don't plan for it, and then you change strategy without planning, you're going above and beyond, no? I think that is overtrading. So, there are a couple of things that I'd like to discuss with you guys from a story perspective. Let me just move my mouse. Okay. From a story perspective, alam nyo, marami sa mga traders na minsan nawa-wipe out. Sobrang profitable na pero nawa-wipe out dahil sa overtrading. So, may kwento ako sa inyo, no? Sa Baguio, may tinatawag tayong strawberry farm. Alam mo kasi minsan ng overtrading, makukumpara mo yan sa isang summer, no? You're driving to Baguio, tapos akit ka doon, and of course, hindi kompleto ang iyong Baguio trip kung hindi ka Marcos o kaya hindi ka yung lion na statue doon, no? Yung big head lion, pa-picture ka doon, tapos may strawberry taho. Hindi ka nakapag-Baguio pag di ka pumunta ng Camp John Hay, ng Burnham, di ba? Or di ka nakapag-Tiangge, or hindi ka nakapag Mines View Park, hindi ka nakapag Ube, no? O kaya ng Batirol, o kaya yung coffee na galing dun sa cultured coffee, no? Ng isang animal dyan sa Baguio. So, if, for example, you went to Baguio tapos ginawa mo lahat yun, of course, you will also go to along Trinidad for the strawberry farm, no? So, you go there, pagpunta mo doon, magbabayad ka ng entrance, bibigyan ka ng sapin sa paa, no? Tapos, pamimiliin ka nila ng strawberry, magbabayad ka, no? And, if you are a not trained farmer, kung ikaw ay isang tourist, kasi nga ikaw ay bisita, kukuha ka na lang ng kahit anong makita mo basta maganda, no? O kaya malaki, kulay red, no? Yon. So, you will get that, no? And then eventually, immediately you will find that your basket is already full of strawberries. Already full of strawberries. And eventually you'll pay for it, no? You'll pay for it. And eventually, when you look at the strawberry that you bought, no? Hindi ka pa umuwi ng Manila, you look at the strawberry, no? Nakita mo na may mga bulok, may mga hindi ka nakitang parts, no? Hindi ka nakitang parts, and then nasa ilalim, no? Either merong tama or either yung isang part medyo maniba, no? So, you went back dun sa farm. Tapos, instead na isoli mo yung farm, ang ginawa mo, binayaran mo yung farmer to look for the strawberries. So, dahil yung farmer, they are trained to look for the right strawberries, no? Mabilis din napuno yung kanyang strawberry basket, pero makikita mo siya, medyo may mga malalayo siyang pinupuntahan. So tumitingin siya sa malayo at nakikita niya yung tamang laki ng strawberry na pwede mong kuhaan ng strawberry plant na pwede mong kuhaan ng strawberry. No? So bumalik ka doon, tapos binigay mo sa kanya, tapos nagbayad ka, tapos pagpakita mo doon sa basket mo, wow, these are really good looking strawberries. So tinanong mo yung sarili mo. So kung ako ay nag-spend ng enough time, similar time doon sa farmer, pero pag uwi ko nakakuha ako ng hindi, may mga magaganda pero hindi magaganda, no? Bakit kaya yung farmer nakakuha ng magaganda na strawberries? So I think from a story perspective, I think minsan ganun tayo as traders, no? Kasi we're not yet a farmer, we are a tourist. Sometimes ang nangyayari sa atin, because we're not yet familiar of the farm, we tend to be nearsighted with the farm. We tend to be nearsighted, and what we normally do is we look at the actual taniman, yung hilera. Doon tayo lang kumukuha. Doon lang tayo kumukuha doon sa isang hilera. But yung ginawa ng farmer, he looked wider. He looked wider doon sa farm. Hinanap niya yung tamang laki ng mga strawberries, and he was able to get, no, the right, the timely, yung hinog, yung masarap, yung luscious kumbaga na strawberries, no. He was able to get that. And I think as traders, because we're not farmers, we are prone to be nearsighted. We're very prone to be nearsighted, and as an experienced trader, yung mga experienced trader, they zoom out. They zoom out of the charts. Parang farm, no? They zoom out of the charts and they look at the right setups and patterns. They don't just settle on where they're standing. Kasi when you enter the farm, obviously may mga within reach, no? May mga low-hanging fruits na tinatawag. May mga low-hanging fruits, and eventually, you try to get the what's within reach, no? We try to get, as traders, we try to get what's within reach, but we don't look at the bigger farm. We don't look at the farm. We look at the garden. We look at the plot. And I think as a trader, that's one of the many issues as to why we don't normally get what is the right and enough types of fruit that we can get. No? So, masarap ang strawberries. Nako, kung ako ay kung wala pong ECQ, I'll be there today. No? So, imagine nyo ba, meron na kayong peanut brittle pag umuuwi. Tapos, pag uuwi kayo, meron din kayong gulay. No? Pagpunta nyo ng Marcos Highway, mga gulay. No? O kaya, kung kayo sa tuba dadaan, di ba? Tapos, meron kayong mga hintuan ng mga titinda ng mga saging, di ba? Maganda yung mag-travel. But again, going back to the story, sometimes that's us, no? And I think from an overtrading perspective, I would be offering a couple of things for you that I'd like you to consider starting today na pwede mong magamit para hindi na ikaw yung kumukuha ng strawberry sa Baguio Farm at akala mo okay pero pagtingin mo may mga hindi ka nakuhang maganda, may mga manibalang, may mga green, akala mo okay na. Akala mo okay na. No? So I think you need to zoom out of the farm. So one of the suggestions that I can tell you is, I think you need to have your trader book. All of you guys right now that are listening, I want you guys to consider creating your rule book or your storybook. No? Gusto kong lagyan ninyo ng proseso yung inyong pag-aaral, no? Because yung mga farmers na yon, obviously, it took them years, no? It took them years to master how to grow proper strawberries. How to grow proper strawberries. So I think you need to have a book, no? put your commandments there. Put your trading vows. I want you guys to start thinking of trading is a business. Trading is a metric-based business. And I think that you need to have a rule book na ilalagay mo dyan yung mga what-ifs mo. No? Ilalagay mo dyan parang white paper ng isang coin. You will have your what if. What if I see this? What if I see this green candle? Will I enter? What if I see this pattern? Will I enter? Dapat yung rule book mo, it's full of what ifs. And you need to write it down. Yung pinakikita ko sa inyong picture ngayon, this is an example of a student, no? Estudyante ko po yan. Ayan po ay nasa barko, no? At ang ginawa po niya, sinulat po niya lahat ng tinuro natin. Nilagay po niya sa isang dingding ng barko sa kwarto niya. So, and I admire this student, no? Kasi ang kagandahan nito, aside from him trying to master, he is writing down ano yung mga potential rules niya. No? Yung mga potential. So, maalala nyo ba nung nagbo-board exam kayo when you were teachers, when you were an engineer, or when you were planning for a bar exam, for example, you guys are all you all have your different ways to memorize. No? May mga tinatawag tayong mga mnemonic devices. Ano ba yung mga mnemonic devices? For example, naalala nyo ba yung issue nung bar exam around 2008 yata na ang parang ginawang mnemonic device yung Mongol pencil na yung mga sagot daw is nasa Mongol yung sagot? So mnemonic devices is a very very good learning process kung saan maaalala mo yung buong parang for example, ano ba yung colors na nagre-represent sa rainbow? It's Roy G. Biv, di ba? Red, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, violet. And my daughter recites it every day. In fact, her favorite color is violet. No? So, and sometimes pink. No? So, mnemonic device, no? So, as a trader, we need to have those types of learning systems. No, you need to write down your rule book at ilagay mo dyan ano yung mga trigger points, no, before ka pumasok sa isang trade. Isulat mo lahat yan. Yung mga what ifs mo. No? Pagkatapos niyan, pagkasulat mo ng mga what ifs mo, lagyan mo din ng mga tinatawag nating table to easily organize your thoughts. Kasi pwedeng magbigay si coach ng mga samples. For example, yung mga nilagay ko sa file section ng Facebook natin. Naglagay ako doon ng rules, no? Rules on when to enter or what indicators to use on 15 minutes, 1 hour, scalping, ano yung mga indicators, nakalagay po lahat doon. Pero pwedeng ikaw kasi iba ang rule book mo. You have your own way of learning, no? So medyo pwedeng hindi ka table-based learner. Kumbaga ikaw ay application-based. So isusulat mo yung mga results and inputs, no? Hindi puro mga inputs lang. Gumawa ka ng rule book mo. No? So you write down, no? You write down. This is actually a supplement, ah. I know you all journal. Yes, that's fine. But a rule book is your parang kumbaga magkaroon ka ng marriage vow, no? You have your marriage vow. Number 1. For example, ang trading vow mo, I will not trade intraday setups. I would not trade intraday candles that are below 0.618. That's rule number 1, for example. Rule number 2, I would not trade any coins if it's below my EMA 50 or Bollinger Band 50. That's rule number 2, for example. Number 3, another rule, for example, I will never trade any coins if I don't see a proper MACD bullish setup. That's number 3. No? You can have many rule books. You can have many rule books that can teach you, that can help you remind yourself when is the right time for you to enter. So you don't overtrade. You put a rule. No, when do you only what ifs, no, what will happen if you enter this? 'Di ba? You create that, isulat mo 'yan. Okay, I will never enter a trade within or below BB50. Another rule, for example, rule number 4, I will always zoom out. Parang yung ginawa ng farmer kanina, tumingin siya sa malayo. Nakita niya yung buong farm, doon sa pinuntahan niya yung area na merong masasarap at mararami para mabilis niyang makuha at marami siya agad makuha. The same thing for traders. The same thing for traders. We need to put our rule book. Okay? For number 4, I will create, I will make sure that I always zoom out of the charts. Sometimes kasi guys, as a trader, sometimes there's a tendency for us. The reason why I'm encouraging you guys to do this is because there's a reason for all of us to be myopic. We're always myopic. Ano ibig sabihin ni coach ng myopic? Uy, naku, patay tayo dyan. Pababa na yung candle. Ay, naku. Naku, kailangan mag-cut loss pababa na to eh. Bullish pala overall yung coin. Nakita mo mga 5%, drawdown. Tanggal ka na. Natakot ka. We're very myopic. We look at the candle. We don't look at the trend. As an overtrader, there's a tendency for you to look at the candle. If there is a big 3 candle on a 5 minutes chart na pababa, takot ka na, maghahanap ka na ng katulong, pupunta ka na sa Facebook, pupunta ka na ngayon dyan sa Discord, uy, ano ba nangyayari? Bakit nagbagsakan? And all of a sudden, your moderators will remind you, teka lang, hindi pa nagbabounce yan, magbabounce pa yan. Meron pang 0.618, huwag ka matakot. Meron pang 38,100.618, antayin mo yan, magbabounce pa yan. There is a tendency for an overtrader to look into the candle, the series of candles, versus looking into the overall picture. Sometimes we tend to be that tourist in Baguio who buys the strawberry in one plot. We need to be the farmer who needs to look at the bigger picture para mas makukuha niya ng isahan at maramihan yung profits, yung strawberries niya. Mas makukuha niya ng maramihan. Let me give you an example. This is a zoom-in version of the bounce. At if this person, imagine mo itong taon to, hindi siya gumawa ng red line. Hindi siya gumawa ng red line na support. Imaginein mo, siya ay nag-trade lang at natakot because pagkatapos ng mahabang sideways na to, biglang gumawa ng 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ng 10 red candles. Natakot siya dyan, nagkaroon ng almost 3% drawdown yung candle. So, because naka-zoom in siya at siya ay naka-ilang minutes lang, naka-30 minutes, naka-zoom in siya, natakot siya dyan. Natakot at biglang binitawan at nag-trade ulit. At natakot na naman. Kasi medyo matagal yan, almost 6 hours yan, pababa ng pababa. Kumbaga parang, syempre, nagkape siya, nagising siya nun, pababa ng pababa. Galing sa 35,500, naging 34,200. Sabi niya, oh no, ano ba nangyayari? Kailangan ko nang i-withdraw to. Meron pa ba? Meron pa bang pwedeng pag-asa to? Pupunta ka sa Discord, you will go now to Facebook, maghahanap ka na ng mga kung sinong guru dyan. Tatanungin mo, ano ba nangyayari sa candle? Ano ba nangyayari sa tayo? Matatakot ka na. And then you will try to sell your position. And then eventually, naiwan ka because umangat na naman hanggang $40,000. Umangat na naman ng $40,000. Right? So eventually, ito yung naka-zoom out view. Yung taong na nag-zoom out, yung trader na nag-zoom out, yung farmer na nagpa-farm ng mga strawberries, nag-zoom out siya. Tumingin siya sa bigger picture, tumingin siya sa range. At nakita niya, meron palang common bounce points. Meron palang common bounce points. So kahit bumaba pala yan, hindi ko pala dapat ikatakot kasi magba-bounce din siya. Meron pala siyang common bounce areas. So ladies and gentlemen, if you don't zoom out of the chart, you're like that tourist in Baguio na bumili po ng 1 kilong strawberry on the same amount na bumalik doon sa farmer at gusto niyang bumili ulit. You know, she wants to invest again on another kilo because the kilo that she bought there with herself is not enough for her to bring back to Manila. And sometimes, we're like this. You know, we're very nearsighted. We don't look at the pattern. You know, pattern is the #1 topic in my intermediate class. If you don't look at the pattern, you get palpitations. Natatakot ka, naiinis ka, naiinip ka, no? Naiinip ka. Type #1 kung ganyan ka. Minsan, nakakalimutan mong mag-zoom out. And you tend to be nagkakaroon ka ng panic attack. No, because nakikita mo 10 sunod-sunod, no? 10 sunod-sunod na red candles. 10 sunod-sunod in a 30 minutes candle is actually a total of almost ilang oras yan? Almost 5 hours yan. Almost 5 hours of a downward trend. Yun pa yung nagkape ka. Yun pa yung kakapasok mo lang, hindi mo pinalano, ay natakot ka na. Tapos nag-bounce. Nag-bounce lang pala on that red support line at biglang tumaas. At dahil ito yung classic na sinasabi natin, no? At dahil nagbenta ka na, biglang tumaas. Ito yung classic na sinasabi natin na dahil nagbenta na ako, tumaas. Meron pa nga isa nag-post eh. Sorry guys, sabi ng post, sorry guys ha. Bumaba na yung bumaba na yung BTC kasi nagbenta na ako. Pasensya, nagbenta na talaga ako kaya bumaba yan. Yun yung fundamental analysis niya. Bumaba daw si BTC kasi nagbenta na daw siya. Sorry, tumaas yung BTC kasi nagbenta na daw siya. No? Tapos nag-a-apologize siya kasi bumaba na daw yung BTC kasi nakabili na daw siya. So parang ang analogy niya, kaya bumaba yung price ng coin kasi nakabili na siya. No? So, most often than not, this is one of the root causes of overtrading. We cannot, #1, wala tayong rulebook. No, gawa ka ng rulebook. #2, we tend to over-zoom in. We cannot zoom out of our trades like that tourist like that tourist person. So, create a rule book, zoom out, and don't be myopic. You need to always look at the bigger picture. Look at the forest, look at the jungle, not the tree. Look at the forest, not the tree. Look at the entire farm, not the plot. Look at the entire farm for you to be able to get the right strawberry in the enough amount of time, the same time that the farmer is able to get the strawberry. Katulad ng ginawa ng farmer na naghanap siya, tumingin siya sa malayo, nag-zoom out siya, and eventually he was able to get the right type of strawberries in the same amount of time na hindi mo na kailangan bumalik dahil nakuha na ng farmer yung tamang strawberries for you. That's the same attitude of a trader. You need to zoom out of your charts to see the patterns. Don't trade the candle, trade the pattern. And eventually, if you see the pattern, you will realize that you will only need to do 1 or 2 trades only after the bounce. You don't need to trade this multiple times just because you saw 10 red candles. Because you saw 10 red candles, that's why you're gonna be giving up your profit. Ako, wag ganun guys. That is the secret sauce of an overtrader. Ayan, ito na yung pinaka-view natin. Akala mo, another version yan, isang napakahabang red. Because of that 3 candles, you let go of a $300. You let go of a $300 position. Natakot ki. Oh no, nag-breakdown. Oh no, ito po yan guys ha. Ito yan. This one. This is the other version. No, zoom in lang natin para makita ninyo na sometimes candles can be a good technical analysis indicator. But most often than not, as traders, just because we're able to see 3 red candles in our trading lives, we let go of our capital. No? Just because we're able to get, just because we're able to get 3 red candles, we gave up our entire capital and we are burnt out. But ladies and gentlemen, look at this pattern. Kung binenta mo because of you were scared of the 3 red candles, look at this guys, nag-bounce on a common bounce area. Kung hindi ka nag-zoom out view at hindi mo alam na meron palang support dito, dahil doon sa pagbagsak ng 3 candles na yon, ikaw ay napabenta. Hindi mo alam na iwan ka na, tumaas pa siya lalo, naghanap ng lakas yan. Naiwan ka, ayan ang nako, dyan ako maraming kinita yung bounce play na yan. No? Minsan kasi, and even in our daily lives, no, sometimes we get challenges and we easily give up just because we don't zoom out of our futures. We don't look into the life on a big picture. We tend to overcomplicate things on a simple scenarios. We tend to overcomplicate things because we believe that defines you as a person. We tend to overcomplicate things because we are so much focused, para tayong kabayo na meron tayong mirror sa mata, you can only look at that way. We tend to overcomplicate things and we are eventually suffering on mental health issues just because in a very small things, we are overcomplicating it. Guys, you need to count your blessings. You need to look beyond what is today. You need to count how many blessings do you have today. You need to zoom out in your life as well. Because when you know how to zoom out in your life, eventually you'll be able to know how to plan properly. You look at the previous, the present, and the futures. No? Sometimes we as traders, we are very much focused on the present. Type number 1, kung minsan ganyan ka. You tend to be over-focused in the present because that's what we do in our daily lives. We tend to be focused on the present. Mag-worry ka saan paano ka kakain, nag-worry ka paano ka magkakaroon ng trabaho, but you don't look at the success in the past and you don't look at the greatness of the future. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the same thing for trading. You need to look at the past. So you need to know the support common areas, yung common bounce areas. You look at the past, you look at the present, you look at the future. The future of the coin has a lot of potential. It can bounce on a common bounce point. So you don't settle for the present. You don't settle for the present. The present can give you 3 red candles. But the present doesn't define you. The present, right, should be your current area where you will determine, okay, nag-bounce pa to sa past? Na meron ba siyang bounce point? Should I wait for the bounce or should I just let go of my $300 capital? We tend to be zoomed in with the present. We tend to be overcomplicating things on the present. We tend to look at the candles, not the patterns. So, for us not to overtrade, look at the past, look at the present, and look at the future. Ulitin natin, number 1, you need to create a rule book. Number 2, don't be over myopic. Don't be myopic. Don't be nearsighted. Number 3, you need to look for the past, the present, and the futures. You look at the trend of the candles. So guys, parang ano yan eh. Parang bus. It's like a bus, no? It's a bus waiting area. Why will you overtrade, no? Oh, because coach, kasi yung setup na to, sayang naiwan ako eh. Kailangan pinasok ko to eh. Coach, nakakainis. Talagang dapat sumama na ako. Sama na nga ako. Profitable setups are like a bus during the schedule. It's like a bus stop. There will always be a bus. There will always be a profitable setup. There will always be a profitable setup. So even if the bus left you, do not trade. That's fine. Wait for the bus to come in. Wait for your tradable setup. Wait for your bread and butter setup. Wait for your bread and butter setup. So if you have if you have because waiting on the natawa nga ako, sabi ng isang movie, waiting for the right person, you know, waiting for the right person is a good one because you will avoid the song, may song na ano eh na you know, you have the right love at the wrong time daw. 'Di ba? So, kaya mo 'yan. Kaya mo 'yan. There will always be a bus for you. There will always be a bus for you, and that bus will have many more seats for you, and I'm telling you that bus will bring you to where you want to go. All right? So, number 1, you need to have a rule book. Number 2, don't be very myopic. Never look at the candles. Look at the patterns. Number 3, never settle for the present. Look at the previous, the past, the present, and the future. The past, the present, and the future. Number 4, there will always be the right bus for you when you are in the bus stop. There will always be a bread and butter setup for you. Just you need to wait. You just need to wait. Because eventually, in our trading lives, if you miss the bus, that's fine because there's going to be another bus. In this picture, you will see Usain Bolt, which is obviously a Jamaican sprinter, an Olympic gold medalist, you know? And you see on the left side a marathoner. You know? You have a sprinter and you have a marathon. Guys, you know what? In trading, there is a superstar in sprinter. There is a superstar in marathon. In sprint, pabilisan yan. 200 meters dash, 100 meters hurdle, or relay. And he was once dubbed as the fastest man in the world. But what happens after he run 200 meters sprint? That was it. That was it. He already got, the price of being an Olympic gold. But guys, in trading, we don't settle on a one big win. We don't settle for anything but just one win. Ikaw ba, gusto mo ba ng one win lang? Ikaw ba, gusto mo ba ng, ng isang malaking win lang? Of course not. Trading is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Hindi ito pabilisan. It's not always the case of the fastest is the winner. No, because trading will be here years from now, even if we're not yet anymore in this earth. Trading will be here. So what are you hurrying? If trading is here, what are you hurrying? Kung hindi naman aalis yung farm na yun sa Baguio, yung strawberry farm, why are you rushing? Why are you rushing, guys? So trading is a sprint for those people who are nearsighted. Oh, mauunahan ako. Kailangan pinasok ko na yung BTC coming down from 41,000. 41,000, that's the lowest of the low already. I'm gonna be entering, boom, pumaba ng 37,900. Natakot, nagkaroon ng FUD, pumigay. Pagkabenta niya ng 37,900, pumalo from 37,900, Bitcoin went up to 40,300. Naiwan na naman siya. Uy, naku, magandang tatlong set. Kailangan bitawan ko na to, tatlong negative candles on 3 hours. Pababa lahat, kailangan ko ng let go to. I will just trade again after 3 hours. No, there is a misplaced sense of urgency. There is a misplaced sense of urgency. So, all of this, guys, is this doable? Is this doable? Type 1 if you're doing it now, and congratulations to you. If you are now trading your bread and butter setups, mabuhay ka, You are really good. Congratulations. Makinig ka lagi sa mga Friday Real Talks ni Coach. Isusupplement natin yan. Type number 1 kung ginagawa mo na iyong bread butter setups. Type number 1 if you're already doing your bread and butter setups at ikaw ay nasa loob na ng bus. Type number 1 kung ikaw ay isang tao na nakakuha na ng reminder doon sa farmer on how to get the right strawberry. Type number 1 if you're not wearing your myopic glass anymore and you're zooming out of the charts already. Type number 1 if you are the marathoner of trades. You're not in the rush. Congratulations, Jeffy and Martin, and Gabriel, and Daily Victory, and DMG Piso Wi-Fi Solution, and G, and Toxic Gamer, and Rad, and Nolette, and Lauren, and Kogoru. Congratulations. Alright. Mary Faith, congratulations. Mville, congrats. Vince, Tentacle Sex, congratulations. Ngayon, you don't need to type anything kung ikaw pa din yung sumabit sa bus, kung ikaw pa din yung, if you're wearing your nearsighted glass, kung ikaw pa din yung bumibili doon sa farmer kasi you don't trust yourself, no? You wait for that professional person to give you signals. Parang comparison allegory nung bumibili na tourist sa farmer. May mga ganyan pa din. A few months of learning how to trade can mean a lifetime of freedom. Walang mawawala sa iyo. Huwag ka magmadali. Don't overtrade. You would not lose anything. You need to remember when I say you zoom out, you look at the past, you look at the present, you look at the future. You look at the present, you invest on learning. You look at the present, mag-aral ka mabuti. You look at the present, you do virtual trades, you do paper trades, you do backtesting. You need to learn, you do backtest, you do paper. Every time I hear a person na nagba-backtest, na nagpe-paper trade, sobrang respeto ko, guys, because I know the person has a lot of patience. I know the person has a lot of patience and trying to understand the system. Because true enough, if you know the system, you invest months of learning how to trade can give you a lifetime of freedom. Giving it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 10 weeks, 11 weeks, 12 weeks, 13 weeks, 14 weeks of training, and so what? If it will give you 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of profits, what gives? Diba? So, come on. Learn and invest on your knowledge. Try to understand. There's a lot of free videos in our playlist. Check it out, guys. Check it out. Learn, backtest, do paper trades, forward test. You can do it because someone can do it. Someone has done it. Someone has been there. Someone has been left by the bus. But because he waited for the right bus to come, he is now profitable. Because he listened to the tips that was given to him, he is now on the right bus of profitability. He is now on the right bus of profitability because he listened. Nag-aral ng linggo, ng buwan, ng ilang buwan, at ngayon, nagsasalita na sa harapan ninyo, profitable. Because when you trade for your tomorrow. You don't trade for today. You get the lessons of your past. You trade, your trade today is for your tomorrow. You trade for your tomorrow. So let me ask you this question. Is your trade today something that can support you for tomorrow? Is your trade today something that can answer some of your worries for tomorrow? Or your trade today is something that you will worry tomorrow? Which is which? Which is which, guys? Are you trading today because you will solve problems for tomorrow? Or are you trading today and it's going to be a problem for tomorrow? I will repeat this, no? Someone is in the bus already because this person was able to manage many months and the first few months of painstaking understanding the process. It is very doable, guys. The person who's been talking in front of you right now has been part of the bus. Naiwan ng bus before, nag-aral. Hindi nakakuha ng tamang strawberry, nag-aral. Nagtanong sa farmer. Hindi makabasa ng maayos, tinanggal ang salamin, tumingin sa malaking part ng chart. Naiwan ng bus before, hindi na sumama sa bus, nag-intay ng tamang bus. Nag-aral ng ilang buwan, taon, para maging profitable. 100% win in 1 week is doable. 100% win in 1 week is doable, but only if and only if you only trade what is your bread and butter setup. It takes a lot of discipline to be profitable. It takes a lot of discipline for you to be profitable, but when you are profitable, it would help you to finance your daily lives and your family and your future. It would finance your daily lives and your family and your future because you are only trading your bread and butter setups. Hindi ka nagte-trade araw-araw. In this particular setup, this was actually this week's profitability. Total wins $503 or 25,000 pesos. Total wins for 6 days, 100%. My average profit per trade is $83 per trade. This is my trade. If you look at this one, my total daily profit on July 31 is $40. In August 1, it's $6.5. In August 2, I did not trade for the most part on this day because I did not see any setups. On August 3 and August 4, the candles are bearish. August 3 and August 4, the price is going down, but I'm very, very profitable at $95. And on yesterday, I was able to earn $263. And today, I've already earned almost $200 again. And so far in my previous 30 days P&L on my spot market, by the way, this is actually less all the transfers, less all the money deposits, less all the deposits that come in my account, no? Less all the deposits that come into my account. My 30 days P&L is 112,238 pesos in the spot market. So I would leave you with this quote. Sometimes we tend to, or most often than not when we overtrade, we tend to overcomplicate many things. We tend to overcomplicate it because we believe that our lives are on the candle. Our lives are dependent on that 3 candles. Our lives are dependent on that bus na nakaalis na. Our lives are dependent on on ourselves na hindi marunong pang magbasa ng tamang strawberry kaya kumuha na lang mag-isa. Hindi man lang nagpaturo. Our lives depend on the present. Ladies and gentlemen, how can you avoid overtrading is if you have a rule book in your life, if you have a rule book in your trading. How can you avoid overtrading? How can you be calm in your life and don't overcomplicate many things? Have a rule book. Have a rule book in your life as well. Have a rule book in trading. Number 2, do not be over myopic. Huwag kang nearsighted. Huwag kang nearsighted sa current situation mo. Tumingin ka, mag-zoom out ka. Same thing with trading. You zoom out of the charts. Number 3, you don't dwell with the present. Kung ang present mo ngayon marami kang problema, do not dwell with the present. Yes, look at the past as a baseline, but also look at how great the future is. The same thing with trading. If you know that the candle will bounce, if you know that your life will bounce, even if there is a downhill, pattern of your life, wag kang bibigay. Wag kang bibigay sa trading. Move on and wait for the right time because your bus will come. Your right bus will come. And when your bus comes in, I'm telling you, you will be able to go to wherever you would like to go, ang inyong destinasyon, and you will be rightly seated on the right area in that bus. So, I hope, ladies and gentlemen, that ends my presentation for today. Overtrading is a common sickness of a trader. Kung kaya ni Coach MirandaMiner, kaya mo din. Kung kaya natin maging profitable in a week, kayang-kaya mo din. Kung kaya mo maging profitable in a month, kaya mo din. I trust you. You will have your bus very soon. You just need to wait for the right bus to come. With that said, maraming salamat. Greetings sa mga napakagandang words na nababasa ko sa chat room. Maraming salamat sa mga nasa chat rooms today. Si Juan Miguel, Martin, June Bandol, Gina Lauren, Infotech Eros, Rachel Samarita, mga moderators ko na nasa bus kasama ako today. Thank you. Sa lahat ng moderators ko, wherever you are, I know we're in the right bus. I know our waiting has profited. In the right time that we wait, the right bus will come for you as well. So thank you so much to all of you, to Choi, to all of my leaders, all of you. Maraming salamat. And you guys have a very good night. I love you 3,000 and I will talk to you guys all tomorrow. Bye for now.